Oh, we went back to the hotel, and I wanted one more drink. We went to Tacos El Gordo, which is like the same location at. That was taco night. Yes, we went to Tacos El Gordo, and it was delicious. It's like the location in Vegas, and it was great. Very good, very good. Chatted up with Myers a bit, Diaphone as well. Who else was eating with us? Was it Infernasu? The one in downtown San Diego? Yes, sir. Very good, very good. Enjoyed it a lot. We went back to the hotel. I wanted one last little drink to end the night. And I had this conversation before about how I'm bad at ordering drinks. Because if I usually just drink beer. But if I order liquor, it's going to be something like a rum and coke, because that's what you did in college to get the job done, right? And then Yipes was like, I get a tequila sunrise. That's what he gets. He gets tequila sunrises. And I'm like, I'm trying to broaden my horizons. So we went back to the hotel bar, and I ordered a tequila sunrise to broaden my horizons. And that drink, first of all, it cost $18. And the worst part about it is they gave me my money's worth. That's the worst part about it. I was like, no. This drink was huge, wide, and it had, the sunrise on the bottom and the tequila on top. It really was a tequila sunrise, because it was pure ethanol, a layer of pure ethanol floating on top. And I said, I wanted one last easy sip to chill for a little while, hang out for maybe 30, 40 more minutes, and then call it a night. And oh my God, it was pure fumes coming off that baby. No, it wasn't a lot of alcohol to get me drunk. I actually have a really high tolerance, but the problem was it was just disgusting. It was disgusting. Guys, I have a really high tolerance. I don't get like drunk like that. Unless I do, but I don't. But I literally had to sit there and sip it for like an hour straight. It was horrible. And then every 20 minutes, people look at me and be like, "Did you making progress on that?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course. Of course." But it was just nasty. And I was very full. I was full from the tacos. I wanted a small, light, easy something. It was just not good. Bad time to broaden my horizons. Brian was definitely not drunk. He was flaming the drink the whole time. It was terrible, but it was good for what it was, but it was the wrong thing for me at that moment. That's what it was. It was not the right time to try new things. That's all I'll say. Yeah, we go to the Omni. We try to figure out what to eat. This is where things definitely fall apart, because the Omni is also right next to the Padres Stadium, and it turns out there was a fucking Padres game that night. So not only is TwitchCon going on, they're about to do a block party shutting down a big part of downtown, and there's a Padres game. Suddenly, a big part of the group wants us to drive to get hot pot 15 miles away outside of downtown with a group of nearing on 20 individuals. And they said that when we were at the exhibition hall. And I immediately, listen, I've been doing this for years. Every FGC tournament you go to, especially people from the West Coast, they want to get a group of people, get in an Uber, go miles away, and get hot pot or KBBQ. I love hot pot. I love Korean barbecue. They want to go to Haidi Lao. I like Haidi Lao. I've been to Haidi Lao many times. It's good. But I know how this goes. So I instantly was like, are you sure about this? Instantly. I was like, instantly, like, you guys sure? And they're like, yeah, it's going to be good. It's really good. It's good food. I'm like, I know it's good, but there's a lot of options right here in walking distance. It might be hard to coordinate. Yeah, it'll be good. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying not to be a Debbie Downer. I'm trying really hard. I love being a Debbie Downer. I love it. I also like being pragmatic, and I'm very hungry. And I know we all are very hungry. And I'm like, okay, it's 15 miles away. We can walk to one of the 300 amazing restaurants right here. Or we can get through the TwitchCon traffic, the block party traffic, and the Padres game traffic as the fireworks are going off and the game is starting right now, and try to get out of the city to find an Uber and pay money to drive for 30 minutes there. And then, I was like, okay, fine. Then we start going. We meet at the hotel. We're planning. Oh, it turns out there might be an hour wait. They called the restaurant. Half the group already left, or 4 people already left to go to the restaurant. There's going to be an hour wait. And I'm like, okay, so you want to get through the city, get through the block party, get through the Padres game, drive for 30 minutes, wait for an hour, and then eat. Okay, sounds good. Okay, sure. And then, we're calling Ubers. They're canceling on us. All the people, Ubers are literally canceling. This 5 minutes away, 20 minutes away, 30 minutes away, canceled left and right. We're like, okay, we got to get further out of the city. We can't get picked up here. This is like in the middle of it all. The cars cannot get in here. It's gridlock traffic for the cars that are here. No other cars can get in here. Let's walk someplace where we can get around. Hundreds and thousands of people around us, by the way. Foot traffic like crazy. Cars deadlocked. Restaurants everywhere. Bars everywhere. Life in front of us. And then, more people are like, there's food around here, but before that happens, before we start walking to that point, I see Yipes and Tasty Steve walking. This is the part. I see Yipes and Tasty Steve walking with purpose through the group. And I immediately go, are you guys going to dinner right now? And they're like, yes. And I'm like, where are you going? And Yipes is like, we're going to Pesto. And I'm like, great. Can we come? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, we're going to Pesto. I'm immediately like, we're going to Pesto. And I'm like, yes, finally, we're out of this. And I said, okay, guys, we're going to go to Pesto. Good luck with your plans. I'm sorry. I got to do something on foot right now. And then something hits me. And then I have like a flashback, right? Like a brain blast moment. I recall while waiting in front of Exhibit Hall H, I remember Sajam saying, we're going to a closed event tonight. Sajam, he's in that partner plus. He can get into that part of the hotel I can't with the big streamers, brush elbows with the elites. He's like, we're going to a private dinner event. We'll see you guys after. It's a very important dinner. And I said, okay, great. Have fun. We'll see you after. And then I go, wait, Yipes. Are you eating dinner with Sajam? And he's like, yeah. Come, let's go. Everybody, let's go to Pesto. And I'm like, Yipes. If you're eating dinner with Sajam, did you confirm with Sajam that this is an open event, that a group of 20 streamers can come and participate in this reservation at this fancy sounding restaurant? And he's like, oh, yeah. Yo, hit up Sajam real quick. And I'm like, you hit up Sajam. This is your dinner. What do you mean? And then I was like, everybody, sorry. No Pesto. Sorry. Like, I probed him, and then Yipes was like, everybody to Pesto. And I'm like, yes. Then I'm like, wait, I shouldn't have said anything. And so they canceled their Ubers. Some of them, so there were several Ubers. Some people canceled theirs. And like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But it didn't matter. At that point, we still had to head out. And we kept going, and we still couldn't get Ubers. And more people were starting to dissent. There's becoming a clear mutiny, like a faction of people. Half the group is very committed to this Haidi Lao thing. And in fact, it changed from Haidi Lao to Japanese hot pot, which also sounds delicious, because it had less of a wait. So there was already some mulligans being called, or some audibles on the play, right? And we're proceeding. And then I'm like talking to Coefficient. I was like, dude, if we can just start running right now. I was like, we can just run, and then just run to the nearest restaurant and just order food right now. Just we're walking past one, another, and I'm like, dude, I'm like, at any moment, if you just want to break for it, we can all run in separate directions and then meet up. Scrap! But eventually it got to the point, like, no one could get Ubers. We're walking, and eventually there was a critical mass reached. We turned right and went into a Mexican restaurant, and the other group like carried on, and they tried to go to whatever they went to, and we said, okay, we're gonna split. Sorry, this is such a shit show. We had overpriced Mexican food at a sit-down restaurant, but honestly, the food wasn't that bad. We got a margarita. We chilled. Half the group ate there. Not bad. It hit the spot. We ordered way too much food. We were super hungry. We hadn't eaten all day.